What's going on, everybody? It is I, Will, your host again this week for the Marvelite podcast, and we're episode 132, I believe?
Something like that.
Something like that. But with me, I have my regular co-host consisting of Luke.
How's it going, everyone?
And this week, he finally returns, the mage of the Great White North. It is our boy, FailWill34, a.k.a. Mikey.
What it do, Ski? Glad to be back, everyone. It's been a little while, Marvel Yeet.
So, the first couple of reactions have come out for the Captain Marvel movie, which we're supposed to be getting on International Women's Day, I think. Which is, what was it, March 7th? March 6th? And yeah, people are saying it's pretty good, and it's a great time, no alcohol required and all that jazz. But, Luke, I think we both have a theory that, because there was a comment made by the co-star who plays Maria Rambeau, saying that the cat in the movie isn't a regular cat and to keep an eye out on the cat. Now, my theory, since the movie doesn't come out for another 2 months, is that the cat is actually the real villain of the movie, and that the cat is in fact a Skrull in disguise.
It's the Super Skrull.
Oh my god!
It's got to be the Super Skrull. Like,
think about it, guys. If you mix up the letters of Goose, it spells Super Skrull. Oh my goodness!
Exactly. If you look at it and squint and sneeze, it spells Super Skrull.
You have to sneeze, though. You have to sneeze.
Throw some powder under your nose, and I'm not talking about that snow.
No, but that is true. So the film was screened somewhere. I think Burbank, they did like an employee screening or something along those lines, right?
Screenings out the butthole randomly.
And there were some key notes that were mentioned that were they spoilery?
Not really.
Not really.
They were mostly just reaction. They're just mentioning reactions to it, and the reactions seem to be extremely positive, which is good for them. It's like the acting's good, the writing's good.
I think the one thing that like was interesting was if like the end credit scene from Infinity War. Should we talk about that?
Oh yeah, how it like. Well, do you want to bring it up? I guess I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. So basically, spoilers. I guess if you don't want to know anything about the movie, we'll probably just talk like about what people were saying about the film, as non-spoiler as possible. So the end credit scene from Infinity War, the whole
the
pager. I was gonna say badger. Pager. That's actually somewhat of a scene in Captain Marvel. So I think that was confirmed, which is kind of cool. And also saying that Captain Marvel serves as a literal prelude for Avengers Endgame. So that's nifty.
I mean, it makes sense.
A lot of us thought that.
Yeah, it comes out a month before Endgame, which is a really weird thing to think about, that it comes out like Captain Marvel at the beginning of March, and then at the end of April, we have Endgame, and sandwiched in between that is Shazam and Hellboy and a couple other movies.
Oh my god, dude! The spring is going to be so packed with content.
Yeah,
great.
It's going to be a death watch though for some companies.
So anyways, back to that cat. I truly think that the cat is probably the Super Skrull. And how like OP would that be? Like the third act of the film? How did you say it earlier, Will?
Oh, that the cat would be like sitting behind Carol after she killed some Skrull
on a chair.
General. Yeah, just on a chair, and they just hear a clapping. It's like, well done, Danvers. Done fantastic. Everything has gone according to my plans.
It's gonna be like Captain Marvel, like half beat with bleeding everywhere. The cat turns around, slow claps, and insists what you just said. I've been waiting for you to be at your lowest.
Just patting paws like it's Dexter.
Yes.
Like everything's gone exactly to Keikaku.
Yes,
Keikaku
please.
Is Japanese for play.
Please, I need that. Please.
It would be so stupid, it would actually kind of work. If
people have also theorized that Nick Fury gets his scratch mark from said cat. So what if it's like that reveal happens, then Nick Fury like pulls a gun or something, or just tries to stop the cat with some sort of gadget, and then it scratches him?
The cat just jumps in his face. Casual scratch attack. It just hits him in the face. Yeah. You're like, damn it, my one weakness, kitty paws.
No, but from the news, it sounds interesting. I mean, I was hoping Captain Marvel's going to be good. Early, whenever audiences see films early like this, I don't always take it for verbatim. If the excitement's really really loud and they're really looking forward to it and they say it was amazing, right? Well, saw it early, might change their opinion on it.
It's kind of like how when new movies come out and they're like the #1 movie in America. It's like, yeah, because it just came out.
Pretty much.
I imagine statistically, yes, it would be for at least some modicum of time. If it wasn't the #1 movie, that's a whole different problem that you have right there.
And the thing that one of the comments from all the reactions was that it's a more serious side with occasional humor, most notably comparable to Civil War. Okay. I remember I think I heard it somewhere. Someone said that they're going for more of a Winter Soldier vibe for this one. So I was hoping it to be more in line with that. But I mean, Civil War, I thought it was alright. So
I hope so.
I would rather have it be more like Winter Soldier than Civil War.
I agree.
Same with me.
Because I feel like that's a better movie, honestly, than Civil War. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I agree. Mind you, Civil War is, I think, probably my favorite Marvel movie ever. Nonetheless, I admit freely that Winter Soldier, as far as like storytelling and plot convenience and stuff, is better. And like the things that are funny in Civil War, or not Civil War, in Winter Soldier aren't particularly jokes. They're more like things that are funny because of circumstance. Like when Natasha had to kiss Steve on that escalator. Right. Like that was funny because it was unexpected. Right. It wasn't like, here's a joke.
There was more of like a serious vibe, yeah.
I think I think for having Captain Marvel, that's a fine place to take it. I don't know where you would go with that. Like, we spent the last episode, Mike, you weren't here, but we were just like low-key just bitching about Captain Marvel, even though we're interested in seeing it, but we're also like, yeah, but that's Shazam, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, all I can do is just hope that it's good. More than anything, I'm interested in Brie Larson's performance, because that has been what's been drawing a lot of kind of a divide amongst the nerd community is her and her performance. But they say the acting's good, which she has an Oscar. So I hope her acting's good.
I know. I'm probably going to get flack for this, but I'm more interested to see what they're doing with the Skrulls and the Kree, and I mean, how they're going to soft reboot Ronan from the original Guardians, because apparently he's different in this. I don't know.
Between the
that's what's interesting too about it. Right? There's a lot of things to unpack in this film, especially apparently the rumor is that they're backdooring Secret Invasion. At points throughout the film, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they, I'm hoping that Brie Larson and the cast do great, and actually specifically her as lead does a great job, and her story is great, but also there's the other side elements that I hope help balance everything out too, and hopefully it's a great film overall.
Yeah, and I was telling Luke earlier, like, the only thing I really want for Captain Marvel 2, Captain Marvels, is just Monica Rambeau's Spectrum. Because Carol isn't the first Captain Marvel, she's like the fifth. She's not even the first female Captain Marvel.
I'm hoping that they backdoor pilot a lot of things, actually. Just how, like, Civil War kind of backdoor piloted Black Panther and Spider-Man. I really want them to go, like, because, like, let's face it, right, the James Gunn era of the Cosmic Marvel is over. So I think that, like, a new interpretation of Marvel Cosmic is much needed in that universe. And I mean, you can say, oh, Infinity War went cosmic. I mean, yeah, not really.
Well, given the fact that apparently Captain Marvel seems to lead right into Endgame, I can imagine that this is going to be backdooring not just stuff for Avengers 4, but a bunch of other things as well. Like, you can't just introduce the Skrulls and the Kree like this in their war and just make it a one-off.
Well, and that's another question I have, I guess. Yeah, but, like, is the film going to, like, is that backdoor piloting the Kree Skrull War, or are we just going to see, like, oh, the Kree Skrull War has, like, already happened or is happening, and it's kind of just touched on? Because, honestly, I'm more interested to see what they're going to do with that than anything else. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw those scenes of her, like, blowing up starships and going basically binary, so...
Bruh, she's really OP in this. Like, she's really OP.
I mean, Kevin Feige said she's the most powerful Avenger, so... I'm not surprised in the slightest, but even comparatively, even without binary, comparing her to the rest of the cast, like, at this point, Marvel has only introduced 2 of the Ultimates. The only people that are really probably Carol's level is, like, 4.
No, not...
If that. Maybe him, and that's about it.
Well, I think so far that they've introduced, right? I mean, they've just now started scratching the surface with characters. I mean, imagine when we start getting characters like, like Hercules, or we start getting characters like the Sentry, or, characters like Quasar, Moondragon, Wendell Vaughn. You know, just
My
like
boy
these
Blue Marvel,
Adam Warlock, Blue Marvel. I mean, dude, there's so much. There's so much.
Miss America, who can punch into different realities.
Yeah, I mean, Owen Reese. You know.
Oh God,
Franklin Richards. I mean, like we're just starting to scratch the surface, really.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's already been a decade. Right, they've been at this for a decade, and they're just now scratching the surface with characters. But, anyways, that's pretty much what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much said everything we need to say. You know, hope the movie's good. If it lives up to these expectations, great. If it doesn't, well, we have Endgame a month after, and we have Shazam to look forward to. So, you know, that's all we can really hope for is just a good superhero movie and a good. I just hope that her writing in the comics get better. That's all I really wish for Captain Marvel. I'm sure the movie will be fine. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I know we're kind of going over here, so
yeah. Sorry, we didn't get to fully answer everything, but we got to start on it. Maybe we can come back. Maybe we can revisit that as a topic or something sometime. But if you do have a question that you think we can answer potentially in 30 seconds or less, drop it down in the comment section down below with the hashtag #AskMarvelite. And so, fellas, where can they find you at, Luke?
You guys can find me on Twitter at QuantumXParadox.
Mikey, where can they find you at?
Y'all can find me over on my YouTube channel, Twitter, and Instagram at Failwhale34.
And you can find me on my own YouTube channel, as well as Instagram at WillTheGreatest, where I just recently posted a shit ton of Kingdom Hearts stuff, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is out, and that's what I'm going to do after this. So, you guys have a good week. We will see you next time.